of oath. And what happens to a noun that, even though it's still masculine in gender, is now feminine in form? The oath is retained. This actually comes back to help you, since that oath with pronominal suffixes will always be there. So the difference between his father and his fathers is not only the difference in the suffixes, it's also the difference in the fact that fathers will still have the oath. All right? I'm pointing out to you where this confusion can lead. Now, with the second word, ach, we don't have the benefit of that distinctive plural form. Note that we have the same problem with ach, of course, which means brother, right? The construct form of ach adds the same extra hierarch yod that's thrown in there just to make life miserable for first-year Hebrew students. So your first blush might be to think that if ach means brother, achi must mean my brother. Right? Do you see your first instinct being wrong here? But just as the same problem was resolved with av, my brother, if you look down the list, retains the long vowel of ach. It's simply ach plus the pronominal suffix my. The construct form of ach shows construct vowel reduction, like construct forms are supposed to do. Construct vowel reduction. This is exactly the same thing we had with father, av. Now let's go to the second problem. When we add pronominal suffixes to the singular of ach, note that the suffix is added to a base root now that includes that extra hierarch yod. So that his brother is achi hu. And once again, you're confronted with the confusion that that yod, at first blush, makes you think that you have the kind of pronominal suffix that should be going on a plural noun, when in fact, it's a singular noun with an additional hierarch yod, and in fact, the pronominal suffixes go on a singular noun. So this is just confusing. This is the kind of thing where I'm trying to explain it to you quickly, going over the problem. You go home, you kind of look at this all again in the chart, and you're going, oh yeah, I see the problem. It gets worse. Because the plural of ach is achim. Now we have a plural, which means that when we add a pronominal suffix and want to say his brothers, we're going to take off the im and put on the kind of pronominal suffix with a yod that goes on a plural noun. And now we lose the distinctiveness of the plural form. So compare this column to this column across the board, and you'll see that this gets a little bit tricky. Now here's the bottom line, brothers. Here's the rule of thumb. Here's something that only a student struggling with Hebrew would figure out. This is the secret of the ages, and I'm about to share it with you. In all the forms where the noun is singular, and we have that extra hierarch yod just to make life miserable for you, how many dots do we have? How many dots are there? One dot, one brother. Believe it or not, that works. One dot, one brother. Same thing with father. One dot, one father. Anything else, no dots, because it's a different vowel, or more than one dot, which is what you have in most of the forms, including all the plural forms down here. More than one dot, more than one brother. More than one dot, more than one father. Okay? A purist in Hebrew grammar would probably cringe at hearing such a silly rule, but it works. It actually works. It's not a rule, it's just an observation. Okay?